Okay, these are the stages. The stages of new product development. Sometimes there is another stage talked about in here, and the stages are idea generation, idea screening, concept testing, business analysis, product development, test marketing, and commercialization. Some would insert marketing strategy development after concept testing. And before I talk about all of these one by one, I need to remind you to subscribe to the channel. That's it, subscribe. There are a lot of educational videos I have planned for the future. Subscribing will help me actually grow the channel enough so I can keep doing this. And let's move on now. The first step is idea generation. You have to generate the idea first. You have to find out what you want to do. Then all of the other steps are going to come in. These new ideas can come from anywhere. They can come from your own employees. Believe it or not, employees working in an organization can come up with really good ideas from time to time. It can also come from external sources like the consumers. You can conduct a market research to generate new ideas, or you can check to see what your competition is doing, and you can check all of this to see whether there are any opportunity for you to develop a new product. After getting these ideas, you have to go for idea screening. You can generate as much ideas as you can, but not all of them are going to be good ideas. You have to screen out all the bad ideas. You need to see whether there is a significant market for whatever you have. Do enough people want it? Then whether you can make it or not. You might not have the necessary equipments to do everything. You need to see whether you can do it. Then you have to go for concept development and testing. You have the idea and you also found out that you can probably do it. Now you have to simplify the idea into a concept that the consumers can easily understand. That is concept development. Then you have to ask a small number of these target consumers whether or not they want this new product. A small group of people will be chosen to talk about the product and they will be asked what they think about the concept. You will present to them the simplified concept. A significant number of people should actually want to use the product for you to go ahead with the next step. And the next step is business analysis. Now you're getting closer to making it. But just before that, you have to figure out the cost of making the product in the first place. You have to adjust the pricing accordingly, and then you have to see whether you will be able to make a sufficient profit or not. If you can do that, you have to figure out how long is it going to take to reach the break-even point. Is the product going to be financially sustainable? That is the question. Then you need to start making the product. This is the product development stage. You have almost everything ready. Now start making the product. This is not that easy, and you are essentially making a prototype for what you will be eventually selling to the mass market. There will be trial and error here. The research and development team will have to be hard at work. Different variations of the end product can be made. Then the best one will be chosen. And then you will go to the test marketing stage. This is where you will sell the prototype of the product you have made to a small number of consumers. Here, you will still have to promote the product and make use of your distribution channels to make sure people can get the product. But you are doing it at a smaller scale. Here you will learn whether your marketing strategy is properly working or not. Did you set the target market properly, or is another target group buying from you? Is your advertising channel reaching those people, or do you need to change that some way? If the test marketing fails, yes, it can definitely fail. If it fails, you will need to change either your marketing strategy, or you need to change the way the product messaging works, or make changes in the core product itself. And this is exactly why test marketing is so important. Because this failure can be recovered in a smaller scale. it will not be possible for the large-scale commercial launch to recover like that. And the last stage is called commercialization. You launch the product to the mass market. For that, you will need to mass produce the product first. Then you will need to launch the full-scale advertising efforts and hope for the best. Hopefully, you have learned how to do everything from the last stages, especially the test marketing stage. And lastly, your new product development is now going to be a success. Alright, now, I did not talk about the marketing strategy development before. This is the one that goes between concept testing and business analysis for some cases. Marketing strategy development is just about choosing who your target consumer is going to be, then deciding the pricing and distribution strategies and how you are going to promote the product and whatnot. And in some cases, all of this is included in other stages of the product development strategy. That is why marketing strategy development is not talked about separately in most cases. And now, the difference between concept testing and test marketing. Obviously, these two are not the same. Concept testing is when you still have an idea that you think is going to be a good idea, and you ask people whether they will buy a product by listening to your idea. And test marketing is when you have already made your prototype and you are selling it to a small number of people to see how they are reacting to that and whether you need to make any changes to the prototype or not before a full-scale launch in the market. That is the difference. In one case, you just have the idea, and the other case, you have the entire prototype in your hand. Alright, that will be it for new product development. You can like, share, subscribe, and everything else. You can comment below if you have any question or if you want to say something. I also have a Patreon account. You can support me directly over there if you want to. And now a small bonus. Nobel Prize in Physics in 1913 went to this person. I'm not sure about the pronunciation of his name, so I'll not try. His work was helpful for the production of liquid helium. And now this is the official end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are still watching, I really hope you have learned something new today. Do remember to take care of yourself. I know that you can do that. Even in the smallest way, you can do that. And lastly, goodbye for now.